gonna come with a pass.
All right. Nope. Two types of problems with this, right? We did the ones yesterday that you had to do the whole expansion, right? X plus y to the 8th, expand it all the way out. Today we're going to do two. We're going to do two where you have to find specific terms. Okay? So, in order to do this, here's what I would do. First off, find the fifth term of x plus y to the 11th power. Here's the first question. How many terms are there when you have an 11th power? 12. Okay? Number of terms, 12. There she is.
Speak of the devil. She was skipping.
Yes.
I told you gonna.
Yes. Hey. $12 terms. Okay. Next thing, get your Pascal triangle. Program, Pascal. What's the row number? Which row? What do we want to put in here? What's our exponent? 11. Hit 11. Okay. What's the fifth number?
330.
330. That'll be your coefficient. Okay. 330 is your coefficient. Now, we're going to have x. We're going to have a y. Right, since we have x, y's there. Okay, see that? The only thing we got left to do is figure out what those exponents are. Here's the easy way. We said earlier there are 12 terms, right? Right up here at the top, 12 terms. What term are we trying to find? Term we want fifth. What's 12 minus 5? That goes there. $12 minus 5, 7. Okay? Now, this came from yesterday. What exponent goes in your y? Cody? Which would be 4. Good. Okay? Be 4. Because we wrote down yesterday the sum of these two exponents need to equal that exponent right there. Okay? That's how you go about doing it. Alright? You figure out your coefficient first, get your number of terms, subtract off the term you want. That number is your x exponent. Make sure that number adds up to whatever your exponent you were given. That one goes in your y. Okay? Damien.
Is that almost like the triangle you showed us?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay? Does that make sense? So honestly, that should be a lot faster than expanding one all the way out. So that'll be more so the kind that you get than expanding all the way out. But you have to be careful with it, okay? Because sometimes you can lose track in your coefficients, you can lose a number, stuff like that. Okay, we're going to do one more just to kind of get a gauge on the level that we're going to do with these problems. Okay, so we're going to find. Let me make sure I did the same one this time. Whoops. Yep. We're going to find the fourth term of x minus y to the, let's see here, Cody. You know your football teams? You know your football teams? Like NFL football teams? No? Who knows NFL football teams? Stokely. Baltimore. Ravens, very good. You know Mr. Moore's favorite NFL teams are Ravens? No, you do. That's right. Best player to ever play for Baltimore was? No, Ray Lewis. Ed Reed's number 2, in my opinion. Okay? Gosh, no. Ray Lewis, what number do you wear? 52. Okay? So when you have power of 52, how many terms are you going to have? 53. One more. Okay? You're always going to have one more term. All right, so 53 terms total. All right, now, what is your coefficient? Yes, it's as big as you think it might be. Starts with a 2. Nope, too far. Fourth term. 22,100. That's your coefficient. Now, my final argument for needing a calculator is right there. Okay. Now, I will say this, okay? I am not going to ask you questions that require you to move down this line and keep track of how many numbers you pass. Okay? What I mean by that is this. If I ask you one, it'll be like a third term, a fourth term, something that'll pop up in this screen right away that you don't have to hit this right arrow all the time to find it. Or it'll be one that the whole line pops up in this screen. One of the two. So I won't ask you for the 30th term of this. And you hit all the way to the right arrow to figure out what number 30 was. Okay, and sit there and go like this for about 20 minutes. And also try to keep track as you go. What a waste of time. Make sense? Okay, great. It's also probably too big anyhow to make it fit. Okay? We're going to have an X, we're going to have a Y. So what term are we trying to find? Trying to find the fourth term. We have 53 terms. 53 minus 4 gives us our X exponent, which is 49. Goes on X. These terms need to add up to what? 52. What number makes that happen? 3. You always have one more than what that exponent says. That's how you get 53.
So that's only when you subtract the X and Y?
Mm-hmm. All right.
How would you find
It's not the right answer, though. Okay? It's not the right answer.
What? That's not the right answer?
Nope, not quite.
Gotta put a comma.
Nope. Why? And it's also because it's the... It's not just because it's a minus. You're right. This should be a negative.
Oh, it's a minus up there.
But that's not the reason. What's your first term always?
Negative.
Nope.
Positive.
First term's always positive. Always.
Oh, the second one's always
Which means the second one would be negative. Start alternating. Third one would be,
positive.
fourth one would be,
Negative.
we're looking for the fourth. That's why. Okay? So make sure you keep an eye out for that. Won't happen too often. Okay? Won't be too often that happens with you guys. But it will occasionally. Okay? I think it happens on number 6 on your worksheet. Okay? So pay attention to that part. Alrighty? Questions, people? Pretty good? Great.